Hello again everyone! Welcome to Math-Isip video tutorial. Kung hindi pa po kayo nakakapag-subscribe sa ating channel, I encourage you to click subscribe and click the notification bell para po updated tayo sa mga bagong videos. In today's lesson, we will be having Systems of Measure Part 1, specifically about non-standard units of measure. So at the end of this video, you will be able to identify the traditional or the non-standard units of measure. So without further ado, let us begin. Alright, to start our lesson, let's have first these discussion questions. First is, have you ever measured an object before? I believe so, ano? So siguro nakapag-measure na po kayo ng mga objects. Now, what measuring tool and unit of measure have you used? Perhaps you were able to use your rulers. Ano pa po, pwedeng yung mga measuring tools natin is tape measures like this, no? And what do you think is the role of measurement in everyday life? Okay, perhaps you use this to measure some school projects, no? You were able to finish your school projects through the help of measurements. You were able to measure your height or your weight, kung gaano ka katangkad or kabigat. Pwedeng distances ng mga lugar, ano? Yun po yung gamit ng mga measurements. Or pwede rin sa pagluluto. Pwede rin po sa shopping when we buy things like weighing fruits or vegetables sa supermarkets. Pwede po natin gamitin ang mga measuring tools and units. Now, how do you think people measured things before rulers and measuring tapes existed? Sa tingin nyo po, ano kaya ang mga ginagamit ng mga sinaunang tao noon? Anong klaseng tools at anong klaseng mga system? Yun po yung mga pag-aaralan natin ngayon. So, if you are ready, let's now begin. Ito po yung mga topics natin for this week. We have here 3 parts. The first part is the non-standard units of measure. Second part is English system of measurement. And then the third part is the SI or yung tinatawag nating Standard International System or the metric system. Well, today in this video, we are going to focus on non-standard units of measure. Ano po kaya ito? So let's start with the history of measurement and the non-standard units of measurement. Alright, now what are the early human measurements? Ano kaya yung mga ginamit nila noon na practical at readily available na pwede nilang gamitin kaagad when they want to measure some things? Well, of course, they can always use their body parts, tama. So what are the things that they use? Of course, pwede nilang gamitin ang kanilang mga kamay, paa, okay, their hands or their feet. What else? They can also make use of the objects around them, okay, the natural objects around them, like for example, the grains. Ano pa po? Mga stones, bato, no? Ano pa? Mga kernels or yung mga kernels of corn, like for example here, they just need to line up yung mga kernels na ito to measure small objects. At kung ilang butil, yun po yung kanilang unit of measurement. They can make use of rice as well, no? Tulad nito. Now, let's go to the definition of the non-standard units of measurement. Okay, a non-standard unit of measurement refers to any unit used for measuring that isn't universally agreed upon or consistent across different users. Or in short, these are units of measure that aren't fixed or consistent. Hindi po ito standard, kaya siya tinawag na non-standard, no? Hindi siya fixed at hindi rin siya consistent. Let's go to some of the examples here. First one is what we call the cubit. Ano po itong cubit na ito? It is the length from the elbow to the tip of the middle finger. So ganito po yung itsura niya from the elbow to the tip of the middle finger. Ganyan po kahaba ang cubit. That is what they call 1 cubit. Alright? Now, saan po nagsimula yan? In ancient Egypt, a cubit is the length of a pharaoh's arm. No? Yun po yung origin ng cubit. Ginamit po yan sa Egypt and for early civilizations as well. In the Bible, the measure of Noah's Ark were given in cubits actually. No, alam niyo po ba kung gaano kahaba, kung gaano kalapad at kung gaano kataas itong kanyang ark? So you can read that in the Bible, makikita nyo doon merong specific measurement using cubit as a unit. We also have what we call handspan. Okay, ano po itong handspan? Some they call it span, but to be accurate, we call it handspan, no? It is the distance from the tip of the thumb to the tip of the pinky when the hand is fully extended. Ano po yung itsura? Ganito po ang kanyang itsura. From the tip of the thumb to the tip of the pinky. Pag na-outstretch po yung ating kamay. So, dapat naka-outstretch ang kamay. Yan po yung tinatawag nating handspan. Now, it was used for measuring clothes as the width was easily visualized by the human hand, no? Kadalasan ginagamit sa mga magawa ng mga kasuotan like the tailors before. What else? How many handspans do you need to measure your desk? Sige nga po, itry natin. If you have your desk in front of you, try nyo ngang i-measure using your handspan. Dapat naka-outstretch yung inyong kamay para ma-measure nyo talaga yung lapad, no? So you can try that on your own or you can even measure other things around you kung nasaan ka man ngayon, ano? Let's go to the next one. Okay, the third one here is what we call the foot. It was originally based on the length of an adult person's foot. Okay? So, syempre, from the tip of the sole hanggang dito po sa tip ng ating finger, the thumb, yun po yung haba ng isang foot. Okay? So, it was a common unit for measuring shorter lengths in everyday life and construction. Ginagamit po natin ito hanggang ngayon, ano? We can make use of this measurement to just estimate kung gaano kahaba ang isang bagay. All right, next is what we call the fathom. Okay, fathom is equal to the span of a person's outstretched arm. So ano pong itsura nito? Kung i-stretch out lang po natin yung ating dalawang kamay, left and right, and then we measure the distance from the tip of our middle finger to the other tip of the other finger, middle finger, yun na po yung tinatawag nating fathom. Alright, dapat naka-stretch out talaga ito, no? Now, this is typically about 6 feet. Kung i-compare natin sa measurement ngayong panahon, 6 feet yan. Now, it was used to measure the depth of water and depth in nautical context. Ibig sabihin sa mga ship or in sailing, navigation, ano, ginagamit po natin ang term na fathom. Now, another example is what we call the footstep or the pace. Iba po ito doon sa foot kanina because footstep is the length of a single step taken by a person. So, ibig sabihin, yung distance ng ating step, yun po yung ginagamit na unit. Alright? So, before, this was used informally to estimate distances. Pero actually, hanggang ngayon po, ginagamit pa rin natin yan. Now, soldiers use paces as a method of measuring distances on the battlefield or in formation drills. Okay, yun po ang footstep or pace. Next one, ano naman po yung mga non-standard units in the Philippines? So, syempre, meron din po tayong tawag niyan. Example po ay yung ating kaban or kavan. So, the kaban is a traditional unit of dry measure used for, saan po ginagamit? Sa bigas, tama. Okay, so it's often equivalent to 50 kilograms yung isang kaban. Pero, it's not standardized. Ibig sabihin, magkakaiba pa rin ng bigat yan. Sa ibang region, pwedeng 50 kilograms, sa iba, hindi. Actually, throughout the times, nag-iiba din yung kanyang measurement. Minsan, nagiging 45 kilo noon. Umaabot pa daw ng 60 kilos ang isang kaban, pero ngayon, paunti na ng paunti. What else? Ano pa po? Meron din tayong tinatawag na tabo or dipper. Now, it is often used for transferring water or other liquids and is not precisely standard. Siyempre, may mga tabo tayo sa ating mga bahay kasi tayo'y mga Pilipino. Ginagamit natin yan to measure liquid or especially water. Another example of non-standard units in the Philippines is what we call the tumpok. This refers to a stack or pile of items such as firewood, bananas, or coconuts. Katulad po nito, no, sa maliliit na bagay, like this, isang tumpok ng prutas, isang tumpok ng buko, or even bigger things like this, firewoods, isang tumpok ng panggatong. So, ang mga yan, as you can see, it's not very precise. Hindi natin alam kung isang tumpok ay composed of 6 or 7, hindi natin sure. Basta ang ibig sabihin ng tumpok is isang bulk. In English, ang tawag natin dyan is stock. It is commonly used in daily life for selling and trading goods. Nakikita natin yan sa market, sa mga binibenta minsan. And also in the Philippines, meron din tayong sariling tawag sa mga commonly used na non-standard units that we use around the globe. Like for example, yung diniscuss ko kanina na handspan, meron din po tayong tawag dyan. Ang tawag natin dyan ay, yan, hindi po yan A, no? Ang tawag po natin dyan ay dangkal. Okay? Bakit? Ang dangkal po is the same, no? From the tip of the pinky to the tip of the thumb. Yan din po ang ginagamit natin usually, no? Nagkaiba lang ng formation ng mga fingers pero parehas lang po yung distance. From pinky to thumb, from pinky to thumb din po ito sa atin. Alright. Next one, ang tawag din po natin sa mga ito like foot, pace, fathom, cubit. Ano po ang tawag natin sa foot? Okay, correct. Talampakan. How about pace? Ano ba ang Tagalog ng step? It's hakbang. Okay, good. Next, ano po ang Tagalog ng fathom? Okay. Yes, ang tawag dyan ay dipa. And then, ano po ang Tagalog ng cubit? Okay, dalawa po. Pwede nating tawagin yan as bisig or di kaya ay siko. So, as you can see, kung sa atin, sa Pilipinas, meron din po tayong specific na term para sa mga ito. Alright, to conclude our lesson, let's have first these discussion questions. Unang tanong is, what are the advantages of using non-standard units of measurement? Ano kaya ang kagandahan pag gumamit tayo ng mga ito, non-standard units like the cubit, like the pace, or like the dangkal? Okay? Well, if your answer is it is more convenient, okay, you might be right kasi mas madali nga naman, you just use your body parts to measure the objects. Kung ang sagot mo rin ay it's very practical, yes, you are correct. Very practical, very convenient. Hindi ka na gagamit ng iba pang tools, nandyan na, mabilis na lang, it's fast, it's quick, at mas madali. Well, you have a good answer. Now, how about the disadvantages? What are the disadvantages of using non-standard units of measurement? Sa tingin mo, pwede kayang maging unfair ang paggamit ng non-standard units of measurement? Like for example, kung bibili tayo ng mga produkto, like for example, tela sa fabric store, at yung pagbibilhan mo, ang ginagamit nilang pang-measure is yung kanilang dangkal. And then, do you think it will be fair for everyone? Okay. So, hindi po kasi pag ginamit nila ang kanilang sariling katawan or the body parts, pwedeng magkakaiba sila ng measurement. Alright? Pwedeng hindi po siya pare-pareho para sa lahat. That's why, ang disadvantage po ng non-standard units of measurement is inconsistency. No? Hindi rin po siya accurate. Now, what other non-standard units of measurement do you know or practice in your place? Baka mayroon ka po pong ibang nalalaman na non-standard unit of measurement. Baka pwede mo pong i-share. You can just comment it down below or you can share it with your classmates or your teacher in class. So, yun po ang ating lesson for today. I hope meron po kayong natutunan. In our next lesson, it will all be about systems of measure part 2. It's now about English system of measurement. Okay? Ito na po ay standard. Hindi na po ito non-standard measurement. So, paaralan po natin yan sa susunod na video. I hope to see you there and God bless. For now, thank you for listening and bye-bye. Kung meron kang natutunan sa video na ito, please click the subscribe button to support this channel. para mas matulungan ulit kita sa mga susunod mo pang math lessons. Lagi mong tatandaan, ang math ay para sa lahat. At ako si Teacher Van, nagsasabing dito sa Math Isip, lamang ang nag-iisip. God bless and see you on the next video. Bye-bye.